So I'm just going to give you a really brief intro of what we're doing with the Greenest City work, and then we've got Andrew Pask, who's going to talk about the work of the local food group, and Tilo is going to talk about the Access to Nature group, and we'll be out of here by about 1. So feel free to get up and grab food as we go, make yourselves at home, and enjoy. Thank you for coming. So just in case some of you don't know the history of how the Greenest City work came to... Actually, how many of you were here last week, just so I know? So you're going to hear the spiel again, but I'll be fast. The Greenest City work came to be when the mayor established a task force called the Greenest City Action Team in early 2009. The task of that group was to help the city figure out how to be the greenest city in the world in the next 10 years. So together, and I was actually on that group, it was quite a lot of fun to be part of a group of people that was so committed and ambitious, and to be part of a city process that was also that ambitious. It was an exciting process to be a part of. So here's a quick timeline. One of the first things that group produced was called the Quick Start Report. So those were things that we could do within about a year to try and get going and get moving on some actions really quickly. So the garden on the City Hall was part of that. The composting pilot was part of that. Some of the bike lane conversations were part of that, as were many of the others. About 2/3 of the actions in that Quick Start Report are underway, with other ones on a bit of more of a 2-year time horizon, and a few that we're still trying to figure out how to do. In February, and the second task of that Greenest City Action Team was to develop a longer-term plan, this vision for Vision 2020. How do we get to the greenest city in the world in 10 years? So that's what most of us here are busy at work on now in some way or another. So the Greenest City 2020 has 10 different goal areas. These are them. Today we're hearing about access to nature and local food. There's some others. You can go and check them out on our Talk Green to Us website if you want to have a look at that. There's actually an 11th that's kind of like a budding working group, I guess, that's called the Green Enterprise Zone, which is an exciting one too. So what might it look like if we have some green enterprise zones to foster that kind of activity in the city? Here's generally how the process works. There's a working group attached to each of the goal areas that's made up of city staff from different departments. Each one of those has a group of external advisory committee members, which are people from the community, from the public, from different stakeholder organizations. They have anywhere from sort of 8 to, I think the biggest one is about 35 people on it. And together, along with the public input that we're getting from the website mainly and from a few other places, we're developing these implementation plans for roughly April next year. How many of you were at our launch event, the Pechachka Night? So everybody in the city is pretty excited about getting 2,000 plus people out to pay money to come to a city consultation. I think it's a historic moment, and it also means we've got a lot to do to kind of live up to that momentum that we created right at the very beginning. So that was the launch of the website and the launch of the first phase of public consultation, which is what we're in right now. I think I spoke to the timeline already. So the first phase of public consultation is underway now until the end of September, and we really do hope that you encourage, that you go up there yourselves and provide us with ideas and comments and feedback through the website, and also that you get your friends and family and neighbors and other networks that you're a part of to do the same. It's a really great opportunity, I think, to help shape what's going on in the city and shape city policy for the next 10 years. So this is what the site looks like. There's a video, a sort of 2-minute video you can go and check out and get a summary of what the goals are all about. And here is a screenshot from today. As you can see, Cycling for Everyone is the current favorite, the current top idea. There are currently just over 300 ideas posted, about 750 different people who are voters. About 7,500 votes, and we're getting more and more people joining who like us on Facebook, more and more people like us, and more followers on Twitter. So we're really trying to track our website progress pretty closely as a metric of how well we're doing in getting out there in the community. So we're really hoping, as I said, that you'll help us do this because it is a new experiment in engagement in the city, and we need it to succeed. And we really hope that your communities and you guys can be part of that process. So we brought some cards, some business cards you can take with you to your offices or your local coffee shops, wherever you'd like to drop them off, as well as a couple posters. So we'll hand those around, and if you want more, we've got lots in our office. And I will hand it over to Andrew. And just to let you all know, we are filming this. It will be posted on the website in short order. So anybody have a problem with that? We brought you food to bribe you to be okay with that. But yeah, so when you've got questions, we're going to hand around a little microphone, so make sure that you speak into the microphone for questions. Andrew, thanks to Andrew and Tilo for coming.